Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Degnan. Luzerne County Community College held their September 11th remembrance ceremony and brick dedication this morning. WYLN's Julia Wiegand was there and has more.
Luzerne County Community College honored those who lost and sacrificed their lives at their annual September 11th remembrance ceremony and held a brick dedication this morning at the college's Walk of Honor at the LCCC Public Training Safety Institute.
This college does a great job taking care of its veterans, and I think this is one of those events that veterans love to come to. It's a way of honoring their friends that have passed away and everything else, and I'm just glad that they have this ceremony.
The program included the Nanticoke City Fire Department serving as honor guards. The program also included remarks by LCCC President Thomas Leary, Representative Eddie Dapashinsky, Representative Gerald Mullery, Director of Safety and Security and Public Safety Training Institute at LCCC, William Barrett, Chief of Nanticoke City Fire Department, Kevin Hazelton, and U.S. Army veteran and President of the college's Student Government Association, Doug White.
It's hard to speak after, politicians who have speechwriters and are very good public speakers. But I felt honored that I was even asked to speak at this event. I think it's a great event. Like I said in my speech, I mean it's something that I'm glad they do, and I wish the college would make it mandatory for all the students to come to this.
A final alarm ceremony was led by members of participating fire departments. The Walk of Honor, a project started by the LCCC Alumni Association, is a memorial area that is being filled with bricks, plaques, and benches with engraved dedications.
The brick ceremony is something that I believe is new, where people dedicate bricks for loved ones who lost their lives in 9/11 or even in the service, which I think is a wonderful thing. And it's not just bricks. I mean, they also do benches and other things as well. It's a way of honoring family members who have passed away.
The sponsored items can be dedicated to anyone, including a graduate, mentor, loved one, or a first responder. September 11, 2001 was the deadliest day in history for New York City firefighters, claiming the lives of 343. Almost 3,000 lives were claimed that fateful morning 17 years ago. Reporting from Nanticoke for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Thank you, Julia. And the ceremonies and remembrances will continue throughout the evening, and there's one that will be getting underway shortly in the city of Hazleton. On the 10th anniversary of the September 11th attacks, our Ann Gownley traveled to Shanksville to talk with those that were left behind to carry on. Here's her look back at that story from September 11th, 2012 on the 11th anniversary.
On September 11th, 2001, lives were lost in New York City, Washington, D.C., and in Pennsylvania. United Flight 93 took off from Newark International Airport in New Jersey, bound for San Francisco, California, carrying 40 passengers and crew members. Hijacked by 4 al-Qaeda terrorists just 46 minutes after takeoff, it crash-landed in a field in Somerset County. Last year marked the 10th anniversary since the terror attacks on America, and we were there in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where we spoke with 2 mothers who each lost a child now 11 years ago, and they share with us their stories.
Well, the phone rang. My sister-in-law Kathy picked it up and heard Mark say, "This is Mark. I just want to tell you that I love you in case I don't see you again." And Kathy said, "Well, we love you too, Mark. Let me get your mom." And she saw me and said, "I come talk to Mark. He's been hijacked." And I heard Mark's voice. He said, "Mom, this is Mark Bingham." He was trying to be very buttoned down. He didn't want to tell me that he'd just seen 4 people knifed to death before his eyes. And he didn't want to tell me that he and a little group of guys in the back of that doomed 757 were planning to make a charge. All he wanted to tell us was that he loved us, and that was his message, and that was so typical of him. And I clung to it and tried to keep him on the phone, but there were 26 other people on board trying to call out, and so the GTE air phone system was pretty swamped, and the call was dropped, and we clung for any information. No, turned on the television, and we heard then that Mark's situation was part of a much larger and uglier mosaic. We heard then about the World Trade Center being attacked, and the Pentagon, and then the news came in that the flight that had the number that Mark had mentioned to us had gone down in an empty field in Pennsylvania. And I knew right away that the reason that that flight didn't hit its target was that a little group of guys in the back of this airplane got together, decided they weren't going to take it, decided they would use their competitive athletic ability and die fighting, and they did. And they saved a lot of lives and saved the Capitol building, the Capitol Dome for America, and that does me a lot of good.
Were you surprised that Mark was one of the men that, tried to charge the cockpit?
Well, I was not surprised. In fact, I would have been surprised if it had not happened that way. And as soon as I realized that Flight 93 was the only one of the 4 hijacked airplanes that didn't reach its terrorist target, I knew why. I knew why, and I knew how it had happened, because I've stood on the sidelines at many a rugby game and seen those guys in action.
My daughter, Nicole, she was, we live in California, San Jose, California, and an ex-friend of her called her out to New Jersey a couple days after he already left, and so she decided to go out on the last minute. So she flew out, was there for 5 days, was due to fly home on Monday night. And I got a call from her stating that they might be canceling her flight. She was on the runway, but they weren't able to take off because the rain had come and there was fires at the airport, so there was a big backup. So I told her, well, if you can't fly out tonight, you can either fly out tonight or tomorrow. It's probably safer for you to fly out in the morning. So as the evening, later part of the evening went on, she called me and told me that they rebooked her to United Flight 93, and she was so happy because it was a straight-through flight. So she ended up supposed to be flying out that morning, Tuesday morning. And I woke up that morning with the alarm clock I was getting ready to go to work to wake me up and saying that a plane had hit the towers. So that's how the day begun, and probably within about an hour after being on the phone with my oldest daughter and with my son and trying to figure out all the different planes and the numbers of what had crashed, we found out through watching TV that it was United Flight 93 was the 4th plane that went down in Pennsylvania. She had a wonderful laugh, didn't she? She would just tilt her head back and have this big laugh. But it was funny because when this was going on today, I looked at my husband and I said, this would be Nicole. She always told me she wanted to be known. She goes, Mom, boot camp was really popular on TV at that time, where you had to really force yourself. And she tells me, Mom, she goes, I want to get on TV and get on boot camp, and I want people to know who I am, and I want to do this and I want to do that. So I was telling my husband, and I said, you know what? Little does she know, she's known as far as September 11th, and she's going to go down in history, and she's known for a big day that everybody is a part of.
And this year, President Trump, First Lady Melania, Governor Tom Wolf, and others traveled to Shanksville to remember those on board Flight 93. This year, they also saw the recently unveiled concrete and steel chime tower called the Tower of Voices. Each chime generates a distinctive sound which will ring out with the wind for each of those who were killed on that fateful day. Matthew Crane of Shavertown, the man found in a creek in Wilkes-Barre over the weekend, died of accidental drowning. The body of the 28-year-old was recovered from Mill Creek on Saturday. Investigators say Crane fell from a railroad trestle into the water, but no word as to why he was on that trestle. Crane worked as a table games dealer and was a key witness in a fraud and theft case at Mohegan Sun Pocono Casino. No one was injured when a car crashed into a school bus with about 50 students on board. That happened in Sugarloaf Township Monday morning. A blue sedan crashing into the rear end of the bus on Route 93 and Rock Glen Road around 9 o'clock. Sugarloaf Township not far from the Valley Elementary Middle School, and that's where the bus was heading. The students were evaluated by EMS, and once they were evaluated and their parents notified, they were able to go to class. The driver of the sedan also wasn't injured, police identifying her as 31-year-old Nikki Bacon of Cunningham, and according to police, she will face citations. Coming up on WYLN News, a busy night of meetings, plus liquor licenses are available. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Muggy overnight with lingering showers. Now, even though we do have showers in the forecast, they are not from Hurricane Florence. Any impact from that storm should not reach our area, if at all, until early next week. We'll be right back.
Advertising, a student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone, go anywhere, create. And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Appliances are right over there, and this is part of our furniture department.
Okay, but I'm looking for a mattress.
Well, you've come to the right place. Grand Central is Northeast Pennsylvania's #1 Sealy mattress dealer. We have Sealy mattress sets from only $199 and Stearns & Foster queen sets from only $45 per month. We also have interest-free financing up to 60 months. And remember, delivery and takeaway are absolutely free.
So we don't have to do anything?
Not if you buy your Sealy mattress at Grand Central.
It looks like I did find the right place to buy a Sealy mattress.
Grand Central in Hazleton, the right place to buy a Sealy mattress.
Johnny, so what really was the deciding factor for you to run for Congress?
Mom, I want to fight for you and the people of Northeast Pennsylvania. And I will bring jobs for the young people here to create opportunities that I didn't have, and to fight to make sure that your Social Security is protected.
Make sure that you do it with integrity. I don't want you to be one of those people in Washington.
You don't have to worry about that. I'm John Schrin, and I approve this message.
Luzerne County Council will be meeting tonight. On the agenda, a requested tax abatement in Hanover Township. At a previous meeting, the township had asked the county to defer tax revenue on new buildings constructed on a tract between the Sansui Parkway and South Main Street for 10 years. The request came because the company that built the Chewy.com warehouse wants to develop more buildings there. At a work session last month, Council was split on the request. An amendment abatement has been suggested, and that will be considered at tonight's meeting, which gets underway at 6 at the Luzerne County Courthouse. Last night, the Hazel Township Board met, allowing the public to comment on their concerns as well. 3 Hazel Township Board meetings were held yesterday evening, each regarding and addressing different issues.
We actually had 3 meetings tonight. The first meeting was we approved property up by Pardeesville for a hospital overlay, and then we also opened bids up for paving the Pardeesville Road this evening. We got 2 bids in. Our engineer is going to look at it tomorrow. Thursday night at 4 o'clock, we're going to have a special meeting and award that bid. And then we basically just fielded complaints from the residents and, you know, where they're at, and talked about what we plan on doing for the winter, taking care of the roads.
The roads of Humboldt Industrial Park specifically getting a lot of attention. That in response to concern for cars and trucks during the winter months.
We're in the process of building a brine truck for Humboldt Industrial Park, because that gets, when it snows out with all the trucks and cars going in there, it gets matted, and then it's tough to plow it. And it's all like a ripple effect. So this year we plan on putting brine down before the snow comes, and hopefully we can get that up, and it won't be matted anymore, hopefully. So we're going to give that a try.
The next General Hazel Township Board meeting will be held next month, Tuesday, October 9th. Freedom Park's baseball and softball fields will receive upgrades to collegiate standards after an agreement negotiated between Butler Township and Penn State Hazleton. The upgrades will be funded by Penn State. In exchange, school teams could play on the field rent-free for a year. Valley East Babe Ruth League and Valley Regional Girls Softball Leagues will still be awarded first priority of the field. The public could use the field at any time. At the Babe Ruth Field, Penn State plans to raise its pitcher's mound, install breakaway bases, new bullpens, foul poles, top fencing with yellow caps, and put down new infield soil. The Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board today issuing an invitation for bids to award expired restaurant licenses in the 7th license auction since Act 39 became effective in August of 2016. This auction includes one license in each of 33 counties. They include Carbon, Columbia, Lackawanna, Luzerne, Monroe, Pike, and Wayne. The bids are due by noon Tuesday, October 30th, and will be opened Thursday, November 1st. Minimum bid for each license, $25,000. For more information about the PLCB, you can visit www.lcb.pa.gov. Coming up on SB's News Choice, Trooper Tuesday and seatbelt safety on Community and You, plus a town hall meeting coming up for veterans. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
One of the greatest fairs on the East Coast, the 163rd Bloomsburg Fair, September 21st through the 29th, with farm and garden exhibits, agriculture displays, Cinderella carriage rides, demolition derbies, and tractor and truck pulling. Take a ride on the carousel or one of the many amusement rides. For a scenic ride, jump on the Sky Ride. The grandstand boasts a lineup of entertainment you don't want to miss. Order your tickets online or at the grandstand office. Always a wide variety of attractions and food vendors. Come and enjoy a day at the Bloomsburg Fair. Visit us on the web at www.bloomsburgfair.com or call 570-784-4949.
Mazda is offering special incentives to anyone driving a Kia, Hyundai, or Nissan. Or if you're a previous Mazda owner, Mazda has loyalty incentives that will help you purchase your brand new Mazda. We have a great selection in stock, and we are also open to the Mazda pipeline, which means if we don't have it, we can get it within 48 hours. See why Mazda is up 45% over 2017. They're just awesome cars at awesome prices. Check us out online at blazehazelton.com and just click the Mazda site. Blaze Alexander, 508 Susquehanna Boulevard, Route 93. We take the deals the other guys won't.
Well, welcome to Community and You here on on WYLN, everyone. I'm Gary Pern. I'm very pleased to have with me Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton for our weekly Trooper Corner information. And today we're going to talk about seatbelts. And yes, it is a law. You have to wear them. It's really not optional. And Trooper, I know sometimes you get that argument, well, I'm just going down the street, or, oh, I've driven it thousands of times without my seatbelt. I don't need it. But it's the law in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely it is. And you know, more than that, it's for everybody's safety. It really is. I mean, you never know what could happen, whether you're just going down to the corner store or you're driving an hour away. You really should have it on. And again, it is the law. The problem with that is, you know, a lot of people think that they could get pulled over immediately for not wearing their seatbelt. We'll set it straight here. Wearing a seatbelt, not wearing one, I should say, is actually a secondary violation, meaning we can't just pull you over because we see you not wearing your seatbelt. So it's actually a secondary violation. So if you get pulled over for something else, you can be cited for not wearing your seatbelt. Unless you're under the age of 18 and you're not wearing your seatbelt, then you can immediately be pulled over for that.
And I know, and this is kind of in the same realm, children have to be in safety seats or belted in the back up to certain age and weight requirements as well.
Absolutely, and that's a law too also, not having a child in their proper restraints. And on top of that, if people have any questions with that, they're certified car seat technicians at each state police barracks. They could contact them, they could contact us at Hazleton. We could check, we can help them properly install the seat. You know, they're kind of tricky. We're more than happy to help people with that, but really everything, all the information is on the side of the seat. You have to check the age, the height and weight requirements, and make sure your child is in the proper safety seat.
It's not like, you know, I listen to my parents or the people talk about, you know, when they go on vacations in the family station wagon and they were, you know, in the back and all that. You know, you have to be in a seat and you have to be belted. We've seen over, you know, last number of years, especially since I've been doing this, we see a lot of crashes where people would have been maybe less seriously injured if they were wearing a seatbelt or had proper restraints for everybody in the vehicle.
Right, and we're not up to the statistics on that, but we have seen a lot of crashes where unfortunately people get ejected out of the vehicle because they weren't wearing their seatbelt. And you know, things could have been a lot less worse had they been wearing their seatbelt. So we always recommend definitely wear it. It's the law. It's there for your safety, and again, allows you to get from point A to point B safely.
One other question, talking about seatbelts in vehicles. Riding in vehicles or in the back of vehicles, you know, maybe pickup trucks or stuff like that, that could cause an issue as well.
Absolutely. That is illegal. You cannot do that. And again, you can't have a number of people in a vehicle that exceeds the number of seatbelts. So if somebody's riding in a cargo area, in the truck bed, that is 100% illegal and it is completely unsafe. Please don't do that.
Okay, so again, bottom line, wear your seatbelts. If you're going, no matter if you're going one block down the road or you're getting on the interstate, make sure you have your seatbelts on. It's for your safety to make sure you get to and from your place without any harm with that. That is this segment for Community New with Trooper Petrowski. We're talking about seatbelts. And make sure you tune in every Tuesday here on WYLN. We'll have the safety information or some tips from the Pennsylvania State Police to make sure you get where you're going safely. Thanks for joining us on Community New, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Express Care. Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Churz Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Churz Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Mark the calendar. A town hall meeting for veterans, family members, and others is set to take place in Wilkes-Barre. It's Tuesday, September 25th, 5 p.m. in the Wilkes-Barre VA Medical Center's Recreation Room. The public, veterans, and family members of veterans are invited to attend and give feedback on VA operations, as well as provide recommendations on VA programs. The town hall is an opportunity for VA officials to hear directly from beneficiaries to rebuild trust and bring improvement to our veterans. Now stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
BLB Auto Sales is a division of Barbush Automotive. One call does it all. Looking for a good pre-owned car or truck? BLB Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, inspected vehicles. If you need repairs on your vehicle, then Barbush Automotive can handle any job at affordable prices. Located at 1299 State Route 940, Hazel Township, one call does it all. 570-454-7571.
This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve with home and auto insurance.
In Hazleton, talk to State Farm agent Pete Keselika.
Stop in and get everything you need to make your garden colorful and bright. Check out our incredible low prices only at Van Hoeken Greenhouses, Retail Garden Center, Lofty Road, McAdoo.
watching Wilkes-Barre's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. WYLN, we're your local network.